Okay, let's talk about the Big 12, Week 12 of the Big 12. 6 games this week. Let's start off with the first game of the day, Arizona at Cincinnati. Cincinnati coming off, pretty terrible loss to Utah. I think most people saw that one. Arizona actually coming off a loss to, or did they beat Kansas, didn't they, last week? Yes, so they beat
hmm
Kansas coming off a win against Kansas. Pretty good game for them.
Arizona
They're,
sneaky 6-3.
yeah, like that's not a terrible team.
A
Like
lot
they're
of people
playing
did
pretty
not think
good.
they'd get above like 3 wins this year. Like sneaky
Yeah,
6-3 right now.
yeah, Cincinnati, only less than a touchdown favorite at home. What do you guys think of this game?
Them being less than a touchdown favorite, I think, is a little bit of an overreaction. They've been handling teams of Arizona's caliber this entire year, like pretty much blowing them out of the water. I've got Cincinnati here, win and cover, in my opinion. I just think they'll have a bounce back game. Arizona, I don't believe, has the personnel or will even attempt to try and replicate what Utah did. I think this will be, I mean, I assume Cincinnati will have Evan Pryor back as well at running back. I think that was a pretty big loss for them. But yeah, regardless, even if he isn't back, I do think Cincinnati still pulls this one off.
I think this would be a shootout, man. Both these pretty high-powered offenses with not the greatest defensive um, uh, mindsets, I guess, for lack of a better word. I do think Cincinnati will pull it off, but I wouldn't be surprised if Arizona win, obviously, with the line kind of sharing that same sentiment.
Yeah, I actually love Cincinnati in this spot. Having 2 weeks to sit on like kind of a terrible loss where you got like pretty much beaten in
Yeah.
every phase and coming at home against a team that like you can get the team motivated to like get up for them. If it was like Oklahoma State coming in who's 1-8, maybe they're not as hyped, but I think this is like a legitimate threat to them. And so I love this spot for
Yeah.
Cincinnati. I'm going to take them to win and cover.
One thing I want to touch on as well, they got a new injection of life with that BYU loss also. Because they're saying,
Yeah,
hey,
well,
BYU
yeah,
has a loss now. If we just beat them, we're in the conference championship. So
yep.
just went out and beat BYU.
They
Or,
control their destiny. They control
yes,
their destiny.
exactly.
Very
So I
simple for
think
them.
that's going to motivate them a little bit more even.
They have a lot to play for, that's for sure.
Mhm. Okay, let's move on to Kansas State at Oklahoma State. I don't have a ton to say here. I think Kansas State has been playing actually pretty good after a 1-3 start. Like I'm actually impressed by how they held the team together. And I mean, I feel bad for Oklahoma State, but they're just pretty hopeless this year. Like no talent, no coaching, really. I mean, nothing going for them. So Kansas State pretty easily.
Guys, I'm not letting myself be afraid. 19.5. That's the number that Kansas State is favored by. I've got Oklahoma State winning this one.
No way.
I'm telling you, I think it will just be an Avery Johnson disaster game. They won't be locked in. It's going to be like an ugly game, like a 17-14 win, or maybe even like a 10-7 win or something for Oklahoma State. Like I think Kansas State will play like they did against North Dakota, but they won't be able to come back at the very end and win it. I truly have Oklahoma State here. They have to win a Big 12 game at some point. It's been like 2 years.
I don't know.
They have to win
Yeah,
a
they
Big 12
didn't
game at
last
some
year.
point. They have to win one. They're 0-6 in the Big 12 this year. They've got to win one of these eventually.
It would be crazy if next year they go in not having won a Big 12 game in 3 years. That would be
Dude,
crazy.
it's impossible. They have to win this game, I think. Like at home, this might be the chance. Like Kansas State's been a team, they've shot themselves in the foot against some teams this year already. Like this has to be it.
I mean, when you have an offense where you have 6 total passing touchdowns, it's a little hard to like. That's kind of
That's
kind of
so
rough,
bad.
dude. When your starting quarterback has one passing touchdown more than one of your wide receivers, it's like this is kind of depressing. So I don't know. I don't think they can score points, bro. Like Kansas State, this is a team that's been super interesting. They've looked really really good and they've looked really really bad. I mean, they like Tyner said, they have looked better as the season progresses, but I do think they're gonna win this game. It's this Oklahoma State team is just god awful.
Okay, West Virginia at Arizona State. I can't lie. If I was a Sun Devils fan, I would be afraid of this one. West Virginia is on a win streak. They've won 2 in a row. Revelation at quarterback, Scotty Fox
Scotty
Jr.
Fox, dude.
I don't know.
He's
I
the
don't know.
truth. He
I'm seeing
honestly is the
something
truth.
here. I'm seeing something here. What about you guys?
I do have ASU winning this, but I think it's actually going to be a competitive game. Like, they found something on offense with Scotty Fox Jr. at West Virginia. There's a little bit of momentum. Arizona State, Sam Levitt out. Is Dillingham leaving? Is Dillingham going to go to one of these SEC schools? I don't think that will be enough for West Virginia to go in there and get the win, but I think it will be closer. So I would honestly go like Arizona State to win, but not to cover that 10.5, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I think Arizona State can squeak out the win, especially getting this West Virginia team at home. But I mean, the line being at 10.5, like as of right now, like it's tempting to put some money down on West Virginia to cover.
I'm not betting on West Virginia, bro. No matter what
I'm
they've
not saying
done.
I'm betting. I'm not saying I'm betting on West Virginia. I'm saying it's like that's just like a tempting like line. If people like, ooh, that's
Yeah.
interesting. I don't.
I think I'm gonna go West Virginia.
Just
Upset win.
outright.
I like it.
Just outright. I think so.
Maybe, dude.
I think
You
the
never
Dillingham
know.
stuff is gonna get in their heads. I think West Virginia's been playing good. I'm riding with the Mountaineers.
Yeah.
UCF at Texas Tech. Texas Tech's favored by 24.5, which is honestly a huge number
That's
over a
so
team that's
much.
like near 500. It's a huge number. But I mean, I can't say I disagree. I mean, I just don't see how UCF scores here. Like if they score 2 touchdowns, I think I'd be genuinely surprised if it wasn't like Texas Tech just like puts in their backups, in the third quarter or something.
Yeah, I mean, as long as Baron Morton doesn't decide to just like not throw the ball like he was last week, where he would just sit there for 5 seconds until they sacked him and he was like getting injured, like, bro, you're the only QB they have left. As long as he doesn't get injured and do that during this game, I don't see how UCF could possibly win this. Like, Texas Tech's defense is just too good. Like, is UCF even going to score?
No, I mean, it's debatable.
It's got to be like 50%. It's like a shutout, truthfully.
Right. I think the magic number is like 17. Like if Texas Tech scores 17 points, like they win the game.
It's over. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's like, and nothing against UCF. This Texas Tech,
No,
Tech
yeah.
defense is just special, bro.
Yeah.
They're incredible. Yeah, Texas Tech winning. I mean, it's the line is generous for UCF. If I'm being
Okay, let's move on to the nightcap, the shortest spread of the day. Only BYU minus 3.5 at home against TCU late game. BYU, obviously completely non-competitive against Tech last week, could not move the ball, really couldn't do anything. Did not look like they belonged on the same field. Can they bounce back here? TCU, terrible game against Iowa State, got beaten there. So, I mean, neither team coming in with a ton of positive momentum here.
Yeah, I mean, this is an interesting game. I'm gonna say something, and it's gonna sound like I'm implying one team is a lot better, but I'm honestly not. BYU will either get blown out or they will barely win, and there's a 90% chance they barely win. So I'm going BYU here to
Yeah.
win, maybe not even cover, maybe cover. I could see like a 4-point win, but there's like a 90% chance they win by, well, just 90% chance they win in general, and then it's a 100% chance it's within like one score. So I've got BYU winning in this one.
this one's it's like if I'm a BYU fan, this is a game I'm scared of. I mean, this is strength on weakness for TCU offense and this BYU defense. I mean, you kind of saw it a little bit against Texas Tech. I mean, they weren't able to throw the ball super well, but like this BYU secondary isn't like anything like to write home about, and this TCU offense can throw the damn ball, and so that's something I'd be concerned about. Honestly, this is kind of like who is BYU, because like with that Tech game, it's like okay, did they get exposed here? Like they struggled with like their only tough game before the Tech with the Utah game. They pull out the win, and then they kind of go out against a Texas Tech team. It's like they couldn't, like Tanner said, they did not belong in the same field. This TCU team is not bad, and they can score some points. And I think this will be a true test to see like is this BYU team legit, and can they recover from that ass whooping that they had against Tech?
I see this one as like the classic game where like like TCU just like turns the ball over, and it turns like what would have been like a win or like a competitive game into like a competitive loss. I think that BYU, like they always do, just going to spam linebacker blitz, and they're probably going to sack Hoover, probably going to get a couple interceptions, and then it's just over from there. Like they'll look like extremely unimpressive, but like they'll probably win.
These
just
teams
like
fall for it every
week,
time,
basically.
man. I'm already predicting right now. They'll have a guy lined up like at defensive end, like Jack Kelly, like he's blitzing. He'll drop into zone coverage, and they'll throw it directly to him just for an interception. It happens every game. Like
it's like these guys beat Colorado by 3. Like,
it's shocking. But
Colorado is like one of the worst teams.
Some more interesting stuff about TCU. 2 of their losses were by 3 points only, by a field goal. Last week against Iowa State, and then at Arizona State. That kind of tells me something. They only lost by 3, and Arizona State had to come back from down like 17 that game.
I think TCU is a team that is one of the most talented teams in the Big 12, like probably top 3, but they just don't always play up to that talent.
Something really interesting, actually. I don't have the exact number in front of me. TCU has actually had like a well above average run defense, and then obviously a well above average passing offense. And I would honestly say those are BYU's. That's honestly, you need that good run defense against BYU. They can't really pass, so if you can stop the run, that's great. And BYU's secondary has been pretty questionable this year.
Yeah, that's it for me on the TCU BYU one.
That's everything for me as
Yeah,
well.
Thank you all for watching.
It's going to be crazy, man. That's a big game. I'm excited to see what happens, bro.
See it. Sweet. See you guys next week.